There we go. And we're on. We are back. We are in this. This is happening again. We're gonna let's let's see what the deal is. Come on, guys. Let's get hyped up. Woo! Woo! Yeah. No? There we go. Welcome back, guys, or welcome, period, to the 10-cent FM Redux. We are back in it, and this is, took a little bit of a hiatus, tried to recollect ourselves, find out who we are, our purpose in life in gaming, I guess. Yeah, a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of, who knows what was going on there. I mean, but
crazy debauchery.
Always, that is always going down. But anyways, let's get around the table. My name is Nick. You can follow me on the Twitter. Why am I plugging that right now? I'm Nick. I'm your host. I'm hoping that we can, do a good job discussing games. Greg, what the hell was that noise?
Thunder.
Oh shit! Storming. All right. And come on, guys, go ahead and introduce yourself around the room.
Well, my name is Dimitri. As you can see that on the banner tag, and I guess we're gonna talk about games today. So, passing the torch.
All right, I'm Greg. As you can see, old Greg. I've got the funk. That's all you need to know.
My name is Mike. I'm here to talk about new stuff, and my personal passion, retro.
Yes, exactly. And our topic today is the upcoming E3 2015. Come on, guys, let's get on the hype train. Choo choo! Can we get other choo choos around here? No.
Woo!
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that was fucking sweet.
PC Gaming Master Race.
All day. I mean,
LOL.
Life.
And
Nick, I can already tell your allegiance to this thing, judging by your T-shirts.
oh, what do you mean? Like, I'm not representing anything at all. It's just a stupid little logo going on right here. But
something you're looking forward to seeing.
Oh, surprise, right in your eyes. I did not see that coming. When you came on, I was just like, oh, look at this guy just wearing a plain old white tee. But no, that's cool, man. Like, you putting that rep on.
I think my allegiance is a little bit stronger than both y'all.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Man, that tat got me jealous like nobody's business.
I can one up you. Hold on a second.
Oh snap.
Dick pics. Oh, I gotta censor this. Holy shit.
We were just put on a bunch of watch lists.
Yeah, right.
All day. But really, guys, the topic. We're gonna get on the E3 hype right now. Like, here's some of the things we're gonna cover. We're gonna do some of the games that we are looking forward to seeing. Some of the games that we're not looking forward to seeing. And maybe some predictions, some surprises of what we could probably expect from this upcoming E3. So yeah, let's go ahead and kick it off with what we're looking forward to seeing. How about Mike? You go ahead and go first.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some more from No Man's Sky. I felt this was a game at last E3 that really got a lot of talk, but we haven't seen a whole lot of it since then. So I want to see what this game's about, what we're going to do in it, and hopefully when I'm going to be able to play it.
Yeah, for that, like, everything's been really scarce. I haven't really, we've seen some very impressive videos, and I'm hoping that, they give us a little bit more detail, maybe a little more fleshed out on what we should expect from the game, because, like, all right, you're seeing pretty environments, it has a nice really look to it, but I want to know, like, what's the purpose? What's our purpose in the game?
Exactly. Like, what am I doing? And am I just flying around checking out cool environments, or there's an actual task for me to complete?
Do whatever you want, and that's the appeal.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can say that about any game, really. Do whatever you want. I played GTA 5. I could do whatever I want.
This game is you can really do it, and somebody else might never see what you're doing because of all the procedural generation, I can end up doing, exploration of like 20 different planets that you guys will all play and never actually see, and never know what the hell I'm talking about unless I record it.
That
It's kind of cool from that aspect.
that is, yeah, it's a good point. But
I just want to know if you can link up with your friends whenever you're playing, like you do multiplayer.
That's going to be the biggest thing, as long as they don't get too complicated with like 18 different servers and regions and all that. So I think that'd be interesting to see the specs and the details on that end.
good point, guys. Good point. Greg, what do you have on the plate there as far as like games you're really looking forward to?
Two others besides No Man's Sky that I really want to see more of is Crackdown 3. Hopefully get some gameplay action going on, maybe even some idea of release date. I also want to see some more information about Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah, definitely a gameplay demo. So I kind of know a little bit more what to expect than just, oh hey, there's going to be some multiplayer. And fuck single player, nobody from Star Wars wants to relive anything.
Yeah, that you know what? Like, I haven't really played too many of the Star Wars games, but this one does look interesting. I'd actually like to dive back into the previous games, like the previous, like there was other Battlefronts, right? Like a couple generations ago.
Yeah, 1 and 2 were fantastic. They were some of my favorite games back on the PS2, especially Battlefield 2, because that one's the one that introduced the space battles.
Star Wars game I've ever played is the Super Star Wars on Super Nintendo.
Yes, same here. That was the only one that I really kind of remember playing as well. And then maybe like demos of the
Force Unleashed was pretty fun.
Yeah, the Force Unleashed. Thank you.
If we're talking Star Wars, this is a franchise that I want to see come back into the play. This is some of the best RPGs I've ever played in my life. This is a great franchise.
Oh, but you can play the Old Republic, right?
I've never gotten into the MMO. I played the original Star Wars MMO for like a month, and it was quite possibly the worst game I've ever played in my life.
Jeez.
Was that like 10-plus-year-old Xbox game just laying around?
It's in my whole retro cabinet I got.
Yeah, he's got
on.
a damn impressive cabinet.
Yeah, to stray away from the topic, Dimitri, like Fort Myers has a very strange retro scene going on. But you said you had another game, Greg, that you were looking forward to?
I mean, the only other thing would be hoping that Nintendo breaks their promise of only including games that are coming out this year and give me some more info about Zelda. Not to steal it from you, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, it wasn't really in my radar right now because I know they are going to do whatever they can to push back and make it the best that it could be. I wasn't really expecting much. Anything above that, I will be surprised. But other than that, I have some other things on my radar. What about you, Dimitri? What do you have? What are you looking forward to coming up?
Well, I'm probably looking forward to most the Square Enix and the PC Gamer panels. So I know Blizzard's going to be at the PC Gamer panel. So I'm assuming they're mainly just going to talk about Overwatch, which I guess might be interesting. So I think whatever they have to say will probably be the most interesting as far as I'm concerned.
You don't think they'll talk up Heroes of the Storm at all?
Oh yeah, they'll probably talk about that too, which I played the beta. It's out of beta now. It's free to play, so I was playing that a little bit, and I really have that big of an interest in it, but I'd just be interested just to see what they have to say as a whole. So hopefully they'll have. I know they're not going to have any Hearthstone stuff, so my guess is Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch.
I'm not really into like the MOBA scene. Like I find it, I don't know. I guess I had a really bad experience with League of Legends, so I don't really give a shit. But maybe I should give it a shot. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But what about the news today that broke as of this recording, or earlier today? The new Hearthstone mode. What is it like? Battle.
Tavern Brawl?
Yeah, Tavern Brawl. Holy crap, just talk about extending the life of a game. I'm probably derailing, this isn't really E3-ish. I mean, I guess it kind of is. If Blizzard's gonna be there for, Heroes of the Storm, more than likely I'm sure they'll announce something more for, or maybe more in depth for Hearthstone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. Well, let's see. I have a good amount of games on my my horizon that I'm looking forward to. Man, like I'm still in the struggle of which current gen console to get right now, because with my decent PC, I don't see a reason to get any of them right now.
Oh, I take it back. I also want to see more Final Fantasy 15 updates. So that's actually number one behind whatever Blizzard has to say. Now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, good point. It's let's backtrack it a little bit. That and they said they had something up their sleeve as far as like what Square Enix had a secret. A lot of people are wanting to say Final Fantasy 7. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if it's remade. Like,
that's fact.
I'm just saying it's an overrated game. Like, it makes no sense. Like, it's not the best Final Fantasy. Like, as much as he's like
the best Final Fantasy, but it's still a great game. They did just update the demo for Final Fantasy 15. They added more stuff for you to do, and you can now get up to that big kind of monster that's roaming around.
That's like unheard of. Like, who patches a demo?
Yeah, for real. Like, it was, man, made me wish that I had that particular demo. But again, I don't have any of those consoles to really get access to it. So who gives a shit?
The demo really grabbed my interest in that game because the world just seems kind of bizarre. Like, you're driving around in this car in like an emo band. You come across people who are dressed like totally normal at like a petting zoo at a gas station. It's just, I really am looking forward to seeing more about this.
Yeah, this one has a lot of promise. I mean, the last one, maybe I need to buckle down one day and give it a shot, but it's too much, and I'm hoping they don't stretch out 15 like that. Maybe this may be the saving grace for the series. But yeah, as far as what they have up their sleeve, I have no clue. It might be of some disappointment, or it might be okay. So I guess we'll have to wait out and see.
It
But
might be shit, or it might be awesome.
I know that was it was a flop. But yeah, so as far as like what I had like on my horizon, what I wanted to look forward to, and shockingly enough, the more I'm thinking about what I want to get as far as current gen system wise, I think I might get an Xbox One first. Like, mainly because I am a huge Gears fan, and like if this alright, there's a lot of rumblings. So basically my choice is the Gears like game that they have in development. I've heard two stories, and they're both like, one saying that it's a remake. The other one is saying that it's gonna be like another reimagining of some sort. I'm gonna lean more on the lines that it's gonna be a remake, but I'm still like, goddamn, I'm such a...
Listen, huge Gears guy. Did you even play the last one? What was it called? Like Ascension? Or...
No, I didn't, because it wasn't the real one that was made by Cliffy B.
And
Or...
the new one isn't gonna be either.
That doesn't matter. Well, like, the way I see it is well, first off, I'm very on the line about prequels. Like, sometimes I may be on board with it, and then sometimes it's just like, that was unnecessary. And for them to do a prequel on Gears about characters that you may or may not care about, more along the lines of not care about.
Usually when you run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, God of War had like a prequel on like the PSP, I think. And...
Yeah, but those were actually pretty good. This was the last one that came out.
I mean, even Metal Gear 3 was a prequel, and that was awesome. But...
Oh man, why did you have to put... Well, see, those are the exceptions. But anyhow, when Microsoft acquires a certain they can make some magic with it. The Halo 4, even though not made by Bungie, turned out to be a great game. Like, I liked it a lot, to the point where I'm still playing it today. And I have faith that this could turn out pretty good as well. Like, no video is supposed to be out for Gears, and like, I've seen like leaked videos that people posted online, and it looks to be shaping up really well. So I'm really looking forward to that. So, but yeah, that's all I have like on my docket right now. Now, games that we shouldn't be seeing, games that we're not looking forward to. There's a couple I've seen, and it was just like, why is this happening? So I'll start with you, Greg. Is there anything that's going to be appearing at E3 that you don't really look forward to seeing?
I mean, I never care about anything related to FIFA. Sorry to anybody that likes soccer. Just
damn,
like, that whole thing just does not interest me. Their little presentation about it. But there's not really anything that I'm sitting there saying I don't want to see. But one thing I don't think is going to show at all is The Last Guardian. I think it's just like Half-Life 3. It's only ever going to exist in the minds of people that want to play it, but it's never actually going to be a real thing.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of hype for The Last Guardian possibly making an appearance, possibly. But for you being a red-blooded, ignorant American, FIFA sells really well, and
I love FIFA. FIFA's awesome. FIFA's the best sports game. FIFA like crazy.
And also, I heard that when you buy FIFA 2016, it comes packaged with a slip for a bribe.
Ching!
I'm gonna host the World Cup in my backyard once I get that thing.
Anyway, the thing I'd say I'm least excited about is the same thing every year, and that's pretty much anything from Microsoft. And that's not to really pick on them. It's just that they either talk about the Kinect stuff I don't care for, or Halo, which I don't care for, or like a EA like exclusive like Peggle or something that something that I don't really ever care for. I mean, even when they what was it, last year when Kojima came out and they did like a PS5 thing, I mean that was all right, but that didn't really even like feel right that it was even happening, and everybody knew that's going to be a multi-platform game anyway, so I just don't really see them doing anything that I even care for.
Ouch. I totally get that. That's fine. But as far as like what's being exclusive out there, they have a lot more going on for them, to be honest. I mean, I don't know it off the top of my head. I didn't make a list, but they just have more of the exclusives. And I'm not saying that Microsoft is better than Sony. I'm just pointing out what's going on, what's real. Like that's.
At least with Sony, there's a chance that I'm going to see something from Naughty Dog or one of their studios that might be impressive. So there's always that outsider's chance.
Yeah, there's a good chance we'll be seeing probably some actual gameplay footage if they haven't shown any already. I think the trailer that they showed was in-game like footage, but it wasn't like the actual gameplay. They were just using like the gameplay engine or whatever technical term you want to use for it. All right, Mike, you have anything you're not really looking forward to?
Yeah, the yearly shooter, Call of Duty, whatever this year's incarnation of it, Halo. I'm over those games. I don't care if you throw a Kevin Spacey or whatever celebrity into it. It's the same thing. I don't need a new gun or whatever. I just don't care to see any of them.
And normally I would agree with you, but man, I'm just all about surprises and shockers here. Like, as much as I like to hate on the Call of Duty series, Black Ops is actually surprisingly good. So normally I wouldn't be for like the yearly Call of Duty thing, but I played Black Ops 1 and 2 like single player campaigns. Great.
Yeah, I played those ones too, and they were fun campaigns that lasted about half a day for me. But
yeah, of course.
The only thing that could really shock me from Call of Duty is if they did like Call of Duty Civil War. Like, how far back could they go? Like, they've gone to the future. We've done every like modern war we can think of. World War II done to death. Modern warfare. Like, there's nothing they can do to shock me except maybe produce a good game.
Agreed. And like, I'll agree with Gamers Life Guru in the chat. He's saying that the Black Ops 2 is awesome and the rest is pretty much crap. And like, I can well, I can kind of agree with that, but not. I actually liked World at War a lot. But I mean, as far as like for having like the most like a decent and most consistent storyline, like I think Black Ops 2 kind of takes it. So I'm kind of looking forward to what 3 has to offer.
They're
but
ripping off Titanfall.
Yeah, that's what I've
They
heard.
have good stories, and I actually used to love Call of Duty. Like, I played the first one on the PC, and once I played that, I was like, Medal of Honor out the window. Like, I'm all Call of Duty.
Hmm.
And they've just lost me by producing the same game over and over, year in and year out.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I'm not even giving, like, Advanced Warfare a chance, because it's just, there was nothing that captured me about it.
It was decent, but by far the easiest veteran campaign I've ever played in my life. Like, I start to finish did not die, and it's not like I'm an elite Call of Duty player, just no challenge.
True.
Also, if I could switch it up again real quick, I just thought of something. I also don't care about anything Assassin's Creed related, so that can...
Chime me in for that one, too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
I
one
don't
of
know,
my
I have a theory that every other Assassin's Creed game is good, so the last one sucks, so maybe hopefully the next one will actually be decent again, like...
Yeah, it's just, you know what? Once I missed, like, God, I hate saying this, like, term every time. Once I missed, like, the Assassin's Creed train, like, I played the first one through, and by the time I played the first one through, like, the third one came out and the fourth one was on its way, and it's like, I'm not gonna... I'm a kind of completionist to the point where I have to play almost everything in order to some extent, and like at that point I was just like, I'm not gonna make any time for any of this series. So, and like,
Play it in order or never.
yeah, something like that. But it's just,
So you've beaten every Zelda game up to this point, so you're not going to play the new one until you've blown through the entire franchise.
that's how it's supposed to go for me. Like, usually I'll sit, to derail a little bit, I will sit on a current Zelda game until the next one's on the horizon, and then I'll play it so I won't get frustrated about the next one coming out, even though I would do the same thing to the next game, which makes no sense. It makes no sense, but I have a weird mind for the franchise of Zelda. So,
You're a weird guy, so it all means.
yes. What I'm not looking forward to, and this is kind of upsetting me lately, is games that came out last generation that are getting a remastered or definitive edition. And the one that's been getting a lot of news was Devil May Cry 4. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it already looks good for last gen. Like, I played it maybe within a year ago. Like, it looked amazing. It held up really well. Why do you need to release it on the current gen systems? That makes no sense to me.
That's not the only Capcom game that is getting a remaster.
That Mega Man Legacy Collection, where you can see my article on it on gamers.guru.com. But
You want to get that plug out a little bit better?
yeah, I know, right? Botched. Gamerslife.guru. I wrote an article on that, and the Mighty Number 9 coming up.
No, that's not even the game I was talking about. I'm talking about Resident Evil 0, dude.
Oh. Well, total.
The remaster of that.
Yeah, totally fucked that one up. Well, that came out 2 generations ago, but to be honest, you're right. It didn't need a remaster of some sort. It already looked, for a game that came out on GameCube, and they already did an HD for it, like, not too long ago. It looks great. Like, why do you...
Capcom did an HD of the HD, which was Resident Evil 1, which was HD on GameCube, but they then did an HD of that one just recently. So that probably sold well, and they reached back in the catalog.
It actually did sell well. The only thing...
Zero.
Well, oh, man, the thing that
The benefit for an older game like Resident Evil 1 is you catch like the younger kids who didn't play it like when we were kids and it first came out, so it's another chance for them maybe to pick it up and not have to deal with the horrible controls or the wonky graphics of the PS1 version.
Well, you know what? I like that perspective.
Over.
Yeah, oh, those cutscenes are amazing though. You have to leave those cutscenes.
That Jill sandwich, right? But I could think of another Jill sandwich. Fan fiction. Alright. Anyhow, yeah, I just think what I was kind of interrupting you about, I thought you were talking about the Mega Man, which actually seemed... I would have never bought into it at all, but I heard they're doing something like akin to the NES remix, where, you know, like, they will put you in different situations, different games will be blended in together, and you'll be put in certain scenarios to like achieve like little.
I don't know if I need the original 1 through 6 Mega Man blended together. Those games are hard enough on their own individually.
I
Good,
agree.
yeah.
It's so fucking hard. And like they already did a collection. If there was any collection they should have bundled in with this, it should have been the X series. I don't know if anybody played Mega Man X, but freaking phenomenal. So good.
Didn't the last collection have the X series?
Yeah, it did.
He's back in the retro. What
Wait,
you got?
say something, Mike.
Yeah, I got both the Mega Man collection and the X collection that has previously been released on the PS2.
Were those copies sealed?
Yeah, I actually haven't played them yet. I got them real cheap on Amazon.
Son of a fuck, that is rare as shit.
The GameCube ones are actually worth more than the PS2 version for anyone who's hunting out there.
God. Wow.
I
Very.
also have the actual
That was like
copies.
Ah, beautiful. I am in loves. Trailing off from Mike's retro museum, we will go into our last one, which will be the predictions that may surprise us or may not show. So, Dimitri, I'll let you kick this one off. What do you think is in a no-show, or what do you think is going to be... You have a prediction of what may surprise us this E3?
I don't think Square Enix has done a press conference in a while or ever, but I'm just pulling that out of my ass. So I'll say that their press conference is probably going to be surprising. There might be some Kingdom Hearts 3 info.
Ooh, yes.
Zero info on that since it was part of the PS4 thing, like what, 2-3 years ago?
Yep.
So I think there'll be some Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15 info.
All right, that's a good call. Like, I think a good call on the surprise of Kingdom Hearts 3. They kind of laid low on it. From what the little bit they showed, it looks like they've made like some. Well, let's think about how long they've been working on this game. Like years, since I don't even remember when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, but it was definitely before 2010. So they've been working. I'm pretty sure they have priorities on what game they're working on when, or probably different dev groups that are working on it, but it should be coming along. I want to say that it probably even comes out next year. So, or maybe.
Just because it's been in development for probably a decade doesn't mean they've been working on it for that long. We probably scrapped so many versions of that it's probably built from the ground up so many times.
Good call. Yeah. All right. You have anything else that you're thinking may happen or may not show?
Selfishly, I'd like to hope that they need some kind of Final Fantasy 14 moving towards free-to-play announcement, but being that they just came out with a new expansion for that, I doubt that's going to happen. So that's like the most long-shot prediction, which isn't going to happen, but that's something I'd selfishly like to see, just so I can get back into that game, because, I don't know, subscription models kind of bum me out.
I get that. It's a thing of the past. All right. Well, let's see, Mike. You have anything? Any predictions, surprise predictions, or no-shows that may happen at this coming E3?
I think Nintendo is actually gonna come out strong again. I think they're gonna drop Metroid. I mean, I know they've already announced they're showing Star Fox, which I can't wait for. But
ooh, yes.
Metroid's that other Nintendo franchise. It's a big boy that we've been waiting for. That's the one I want to see.
I think they really don't know what direction to take it in, because obviously the side-scrolling stuff was really successful, and the first-person stuff was also successful. So I'd assume they really just don't know what they want to do with that franchise.
Maybe they could mix it, working with the gamepad, doing some side-scrolling, and then throwing in the 3D. So that'd be a great way to integrate the Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Ooh. All right, I'm gonna call out the elephant in the room. There's a little bit of an echo. So next time, Dimitri, wear some earbuds.
You lower my thing.
No problem. As it comes in louder. All right, Greg, do you have anything on your end?
Yeah, I've actually got a few. I decided to take a little bit more of a lighthearted approach. So I'll start off with Fallout 4. You heard it here first. Release date December 16th. It's the anniversary of the Boston Tea Party.
Ye- Anybody a fan of Fallout? I enjoy Fallout. I think it's really good, but the only thing is, I didn't really play too much of it. But I'm looking forward to this fourth one, see how it turns out. Anything else you have, Greg, or that's pretty much it for you?
Oh no, I've got a couple more. So Star Fox U is going to come packaged with a special Fox amiibo. Unfortunately, Nintendo will only end up producing enough copies of the game to meet the demands of 10% of the global orders.
Of course.
Then I'm thinking, during the Rock Band reveal, someone from Activision is going to walk out on stage and pull a Kanye West by announcing the street date for Guitar Hero Live. It's going to be like, yo, Rock Band, I'm really happy for you. I'll let you finish, but Guitar Hero Live is some of the best gameplay of all time. The best gameplay of all time!
We couldn't be more irrelevant. But I love it. I love every minute of it.
And I've got one more for you, and then I'll save my last one for the very end. So I'm thinking Spike Lee is going to come up on stage for the real a 2K16 NBA, because it's a Spike Lee joint.
Oh God! If that seems to be the most possible one to happen.
I can definitely see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we know.
That sounds about right. As I say something, of course, I decide to take my sip of water. But you know what? Who gives a shit? Now I have a couple. I really do think that there's a good chance that Last Guardian will not show. I was gonna say that it will, but it just seems like the more you think about it, it's like it's really blowing up. It's blowing up on the social medias, and like people.
It blows up every year. If there was ever a chance to do it, it would have been during the PS4 reveal. That would have literally been the best chance to do it. So,
Agreed.
The guy the director of that game, I don't know his name because it's very Japanesey and kill the pronunciation, but he's left the project and he's left Sony for a while now. So it's not like that game is ever going to be a thing.
Yeah, sadly.
With this riff-ass creature right now, picking up inspiration.
And some dream reveals I'd like, but it will never happen because it's by the same company. A Onimusha revival. Maybe like do a reimagining of the game or boot it back up from where it was left off. I think that would be amazing. I think we are overdue for Onimusha. They skipped a generation, surprisingly. And
For good reason.
No, but hold up. I mean, it was the first million seller on the PS2. Who is to argue that? I'm just saying.
Pong sold millions of copies too. Are they gonna?
Boo. That was
do that?
And the other thing I was looking forward to, but it's not gonna happen because they just don't deliver on these kind of things, is already mentioned earlier, a remake of Resident Evil 2. Easily one of the best Resident Evils, if not the best.
It's got my vote for the best.
Agreed.
I'm a little worried that Nintendo's going to spend too much time talking about their new handheld development and not enough talking about anything related.
Yeah, it's gonna be
a little bit of Zelda, and they'll be like, "Yeah, you're good for games. Buy the system just for that. It's a new handheld."
Yeah, which I'd like to talk more about, like what they have up their sleeve, but they don't want to say anything until next year, and we got to start wrapping this up. Like my little segue. So yeah, that was our little spiel on E3 2015. And before we go, I am looking to do a retro game challenge of some sort. Maybe do it once a month. So the first game that I've picked is, for NES, Werewolf. The theme of the game. I mean, the theme of the podcast, really. And do you have a copy of that? Because I know who does.
I do not.
Reveal.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, acquired that about 2 years ago at Seattle, and so I thought it was fitting for us to kind of have the actual copy together.
Quality.
Data East, that good old Data East.
It's
We're
gonna be fun getting back into Werewolf. I haven't played that game in over 15 years.
good lord. Yeah, so the rules of the game, the challenge, you got to make sure you at least play a decent amount of it. Whether, I mean, you don't know how far to chug along, but just enough to get an idea of the game, so maybe we can discuss it afterwards. And the person that does the least amount of effort to no effort, I will pick a punishment of my choosing, and you will have to execute it on the podcast. And leave it on the whole time, whatever it has to be. So be prepared. Play your damn games. So
Play your damn old school shitty game. I mean, it's not shitty, it's tough.
You'll play that shitty game, you'll like it.
yes. But on that note, we are gonna end the show. I thought for the first back roundings of doing it again, I think we did okay. We did fine, and I'm looking forward to doing some more episodes. We'll figure out what we want to do and stuff. So while I'm at it, go ahead and check out Tencent Gaming on the Facebook, and you can follow me on Twitter. You see it on my little name thingy. Follow me on Twitter. I talk about games and other crap. And check out the articles I'm writing on gamerslife.guru. Anybody else got any plugs?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, QDimitri, and we'll be back whenever we're back, I guess. Next week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, next week, 2 weeks, we'll figure it out.
We'll see it when you see it.
Yeah, with some werewolf gameplay under our belts.
Yes, without a doubt. And on that note, folks, take care.